Okay, so all right, now we're back on. Hey guys, what's good? This is Unapologetically Marinike. I have two YouTube channels and I accidentally posted on the wrong channel. So I'm gonna redo the video because I posted on the wrong channel. How does that happen? Like, I don't know. I don't ever use it, which is just kind of like super weird. So, okay, so I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. All right. All right. All right. Let's get started. Give me a moment. I'm gonna collect myself. Okay, so today we're talking about why it's so awesome to have your just 7 reasons why having multiple pursuits or ADD is a positive. I want to tell you guys, not just like saying this as somebody who's throwing it out, but I was diagnosed with this. I don't necessarily accept this label. Tend to think of it as a different way of living and a different kind of mentality that some people within the system, the health system, the educational system, want us to believe. The music got really loud just now, didn't it? Que extraño, how weird. But so it's really important for me to talk to you guys about this, not because I'm just someone who says like that's not ADD, that's not the CVID, the Rona. I really genuinely mean this. So why? And coming from a personal perspective and just what I've seen in others, one is that it keeps life interesting. Having multiple pursuits and multiple things in one day means that there is so much to happen, like just amazing things that can happen in just one day or even one week in this person's life of multiple pursuits. Now, I'm not talking about this when a person does not have a grasp on what it is that they're doing. They don't have a grasp on their attention, where they're just letting it fly anywhere. I'm talking about focused attention. So, while some people can do one thing a day, some of us aren't built like that. Like in my last 2 years, or even let's be honest, my last year of college, I had multiple things happening. I was working in the music industry and I was going to concerts almost 5 nights a week. And it was really fun. I really got to understand how the music industry works. I never missed a good party. I always made it to the after party and the after party and the after party. And I made a lot of friends. And I also was in a play. I was directing plays. I was also performing in one. I was taking 18 credit hours, which is the maximum amount of college credit you can take, while writing my senior thesis and working 2 jobs. I was in this place called Panera, but at the time I was living in St. Louis. So it was called Panera Bread. And aside from Panera Bread, I always had like swinging jobs outside of that, whether I was working in a mall, at a salon, or I was working at this place called the Boathouse, serving at different restaurants, Uno's Pizza. I always had multiple jobs at the same time. And I had an internship. Outside from the music internship, I also was working at State Farm, so an insurance company. And it kept life interesting. Like, why would I be bored? Like, it just makes zero sense, right? The next thing, number 2, is that you never run out of good things to talk about. A good conversationalist, a person with a lot of attention and focused attention in different areas, as someone who is almost like a library of information. You can, if they don't have the conversational skill of a second grader. I've seen some texts from people who would who I went to high school with, and they're like, "Meh, what's up, Skeeter?" And you're like, okay, can we talk about something else? I mean, it's okay every now and again to just say hi, 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 but like a person with a focused attention with multiple pursuits never really runs out of positive, or not even just positive, but things to talk about. This means they can talk about spirituality, finance, they can talk about gaming, they can talk about sports, specific sports. I mean, their attention is so in multiple places that they're a this is one of the coolest things to have a good conversationalist with somebody with a very absorbent mind and personality, right? So you always can get really good topics to stay abreast on with somebody with what they call a deficit in attention. And it's just because their mind is able to hold a lot of information. This is a positive. It's kind of like a number three, four hidden swing of why it's so awesome to have this. Number three, this illustrates your passion for life. Someone who cannot focus on one thing is, I don't want to say cannot, that is different from someone who has multiple pursuits of attention. So it's two very different things. Now, let's be honest. There is sometimes where a person may who doesn't have this, who is not interested, is going to act like they're like throw some shade and act like they're busy with something else. Oh, okay, my attention, my attention. It's just really interesting to meet these types of people. But if you suck and your energy or something about you is not holding the attention of the other person, and sorry, I'm not trying to like say like, okay, everybody, you have to do a circus trick, but have one or two things that's genuinely interesting, or a person feels as if they can learn more about you. This is positive. But the person's passion for life is incredible. So just like I shared, by keeping things interesting, it's the same thing. It's the very same concept. You're moving forward in five different pursuits. You got your workout in the morning, you're listening to your audiobook in the day, you got your pottery class or your painting class, you're going to aerobics with the kids, you got to go hang out with your friend's neighbor, you're volunteering at the same time. This is a passion for life. Now, not to be confused with somebody who's running from something within themselves. And even if that's the case, when all stops, you still get to deal with it. So there are two different things, but I want you to be very well aware if this one of these categories or something like that is you. I don't want you to feel as if, okay, oh wow, I'm in this category of people with multiple things, when in reality you're running from something. I'm talking about people who are comfortable to sit with themselves and move forward. All right, so when you're in tune, all of this, like, you're not going to lack fresh oil in moving forward because you're in tune with so many things. Which brings me to point number four. And my hair is like in my nose. And as I'm talking, I'm like holding on to the little mic. I just hope that this is not going to mess up monetization, y'all, because every time I post a video, sometimes I'm in different co working spaces. And here I'm in the wonderful Chiapas. But it does seem like there would be some kind of block or something on my channel, or they're like, hey, this song is, if they said if you ever use this song, they're blocking your video. So hopefully this is not going to come into too much of a problem. Okay, there we go. So number four, when most people don't know what to do next, you're just getting started on your, I don't want to say bucket because it's not a bucket. It's just your categorical list. Things I just want to get done. Things I'm going to get done. So this means like people who are graduating. This means people who are maybe just like getting fired from a job. What am I going to do next? Well, you're like, well, now this is the time I've been cooking all this time, and now I can do this for a living. I feel like this has really glorified and catapulted a lot of people here in a lot. This has really catapulted a lot of people during COVID. This is like where we're seeing a lot of businesses start coming out because people have had time to work on this. They've been knowing what they were going to do next. So when you don't know what to, like, okay, let's just say things like COVID did happen. These people with this multiple focuses, and again, a tuned focus, they weren't really, it wasn't hard, or they didn't need to search very deeply or long to find it. I think on the outside, it does seem like, oh, it's just so easy for you. But let's be honest, it does take some time. It takes time. It could be 6 months. It could be 4 months of just kind of waiting, like, what am I going to write this thing on? Or what is the next app I want to develop? Or how can I help build this business? So, this is the next positive thing. Number 5 is staying unique and out of the system. Now, many of us are products of the system. And, this is kind of like, what do you mean by that, Ren? Like, what do you mean staying unique and out of the system? I'm a product of the system. Again, my parents um, raised me inside of a very deep educational system that says get a job, that says be quiet and go to school, get this internship, work for someone, be a slave, pay your taxes. So not only is Uncle Sam robbing you twice, not only when you go purchase things, unless you're in Oregon, then you have to pay sales tax. Don't have to pay sales tax, but you pay sales tax on everything else, and then you pay your taxes again. And the refund is not necessarily a refund. So being outside of the system, many of us who have this attention focus in different areas of this school system, we're byproducts. We learned not to be, we learned not to work for other people, or, we're just different. We're just unique, which brings me to number 6. Um, you can't be stopped. Really, people with multiple focuses, you can stop them in one area, but it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, well, it's not really going to harm me. I can like turn my head to this and this and this. Or I've thought about 7 other ways in which this is going to work out for me. So, number 7, finally, right? People don't understand you. This is the ultimate upper hand, in my opinion. When people don't understand you, okay, let's just put it this way. People who are predictable inside of the system are always looked at, and people who are outside of the system are always the focus of people who are within the system. So, what I mean by this is a predictable person is overlooked in when it comes to innovation, when it comes to trailblazing, when it comes to disruption. They're not really thinking outside of that. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, like I shared, the world needs sheep. When you all create the next best thing, the next best iPhone, the next best app, the next best Uber, you're gonna have a bunch of sheep. Bah, bah, they're gonna all just flock. It's just like a flock, and that's definitely not a bad thing. But for those of us with a focused attention, with those of us who have this multiple pursuits, it's a superpower. Whatever it is that you're brewing in your mind is a superpower. When people don't understand you, you have the ultimate upper hand. If people feel like, oh, like, okay, now I'm not saying it's let me like calm down before I'm like going off on a rant. And I got something in my throat. Give me a second. Ew. I don't know what that was about. But when people have like these multiple things going on, when we have multiple intelligences, multiple things, people don't understand, like, why can't you just do one thing? It does feel inhibited. Like, I'm not I'm definitely not. I'm coming at you all with compassion, because a lot of us are raised inside of a system that says you have to do it like ABC, and you're like, well, what's wrong with CBAD? And then ZACBD, and I got it done faster. Like, does it have to be your method? Yes, because I'm older. And it's like, you're not understood. But when you finally do get a chance to break out of that mold, when you get a chance to break out of that mentality, it's going to be like, you have the upper hand, because you've always thought differently in a world that thinks the same. And this is the truest and most distinct mark, I feel, that has been placed on your soul, or your soul is different. So I think that's about it, guys. I really had to run, but I was thinking, okay, let me just like hop on, make this video. And then when I posted it, I saw that it was to the wrong name. I was like, what the heck? How is this happening? I don't even post to my other YouTube channel. And it's like maybe 3 videos, maybe one I had done when I was in Malaysia, and then another one tops. Anyway, the vision book, the sun is like straight in my face. The vision book is out. Yay! Again, it's on Amazon. You can find it. Only two. Oh, whoops! I'm like, you can find it in only two languages on Amazon. You're gonna have to go to my website so you can get the other languages. COVID's been amazing. I just am really appreciative of all of the many things I've accomplished, including this. It doesn't feel like so huge, you know. I mean, it feels good, but it's not like whoa. I published 7 books. One book, the Vision book, I published it in English, Spanish, Thai, Vietnamese, Lao, Khmer, and Yoruba. So I'm really happy to be able to offer this to you guys. I've been doing a lot of workshops, and the people have been like really affected. And so I'm happy to be able to offer that to you guys. And if you can just drop me a little comment below, let me know what you're looking forward to. Maybe after COVID's over, we can all meet up. There is talk, though, that there is a second one upcoming. So, to those of you, I'm not sure how we're feeling about the immunizations. It's like, I don't know, but we want to be prepared. So if this next thing is coming up, and you do feel like you have multiple things and passions, but you're not sure where to go with that, just pick up a copy of the book. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of like ideas. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to move forward in the next time of solitude. So it's I'm really happy to offer that to you guys. Right now we'll still be doing a whole, I mean, it's like a whole other world of stuff that's got to be going on with that in particular. But I want to share a few things. There is something called PPP, which is Paycheck Protection Program. For those of you who do have multiple ideas and things like that, it was recommended about 4 or 5 different platforms. So PPP, Paycheck Protection, it's been opened up for people who are independent contractors who do gigs. I'm on a very busy street and just now decided to get loud. Okay. So for those of you who are independent contractors, maybe you like did somebody, it doesn't matter what you do, a gig, somebody ever paid you for anything, then it's a gig. And you can apply for this PPP. I think it's something like $25,000 you would get in advance, and it's completely forgivable if you pay yourself first. So you need to use 60% of the money that you would get to pay yourself first. If you're getting PUA or any form of unemployment doesn't work. PUA is also for people who do gigs, but you have to like not be on PUA for a little bit of time. Gross. So I want to remind you guys about that as well. So please go ahead and move forward and do that. What was recommended to me was there was a Blue Line app, and then the other one was womply.com. And this is able to help you and your business grow. I do believe we need to get out of the school system. I do believe that some of the systems are not supportive for people who are innovative. It's not helping build innovative thinkers or people who can think outside of the box or cause disruption as much as thinking for yourself can. I think that's actually shunned upon in the system. So let's do what we can. Oh my gosh, the sun is like, I'm even blinded. Wow. Let's do what we can to come out of that, guys. Get a copy of the book, do what you can, help yourselves, get prepared, know that a lot of things are going to come upcoming, and you want to be all right in your emotional and your personal fulfillment, that you will be able to handle it. And you want to make sure your finances is straight before you do all that. Also, there is talks about the stocks going up. So I know I kind of stopped posting my Webull account information. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. Tomorrow is Resurrection Day. So I wish you all a very happy Easter in the meantime. He is risen, y'all. The blood, baby, the blood, the blood, the blood. All right, I really gotta go. I've enjoyed talking to you guys. I look forward to hearing from you. Drop a line. If you have, I've given away so many copies of this book in all the languages. So uh, drop a language if you're excited. Oh, drop a language. I just need to go. I can't speak anymore. Have a good day. Bye.